Okay, let's get the stream started by booting up Skyrim, something I haven't done in quite a while. And let's start the stream. Sorry, I forgot. It's not a video, it's a stream. I don't have to press F9. It's not TF2, so I don't have to wait for a server. Although I do have to wait for Skissy to load itself, because Skissy is, well, Skissy. But, no, what? There's a reason I haven't been doing these streams for the last 3 weeks, I think? I think it's 2 weeks since the last Skyrim stream, and 3 weeks since the last Oblivion stream. And the reason is, I've been oversleeping something royal, and I hate myself for it, so... I would have streamed yesterday, I was up, but I had to go out yesterday at 1 o'clock, so... which would have left me with absolutely no time to have the ritual. Oh no, not the rare curios. Which one is that? I'm just thinking, if that's the one that just has like tons of random junk, I don't want it. More alternate armors, I see. To be honest, they're actually not that bad price. Well, they are quite lazy. I mean... they are at least decent priced. Unlike that one, which is 2 sets of armor for like $450. They don't even have it in the... like... oh... yeah, it's tons of random junk, isn't it? Yep. Nope. And considering how fucking atrocious that magic one was implemented, I don't particularly want to know, because it was like, oh god, that one was offensively badly implemented. Like, offensively badly. I don't know if I mentioned it last stream, because it was a couple of weeks ago now, but, ooh... I need to check Fallout 4, see what freebies they've put on for that QuakeCon. I mean, if it's like the Doomslayer stuff, I might grab it. I mean, it's silly, but it, you know, it does sort of fit the silly. You know, it's like some novelty. I would probably disregard the general shittiness of the way Bethesda implemented to destroy that and just plop it inside the comic shop. You know, it's like comic shit, because let's face it, why isn't the Doomslayer as one of the, like, the bloody comics? It would be a funny in-joke. Dawnguard wants me to go. Back to Fort Dawnguard. Got it. But no, the Creation Club offerings to Skyrim, the only stuff that even remotely appeals is the alternate armors, and I'm convinced they're going to be implemented like ass. Because everything else has been. You know, and they're also the only things that are relatively reasonably priced. But even then, it's not all of them. I don't see a point in the Skyrim one, for example. You know, that serves no purpose to me. Yeah, because Skyrim already has light and heavy. The Dwarven, yes, that would be nice, a light Dwarven. You know, that at least serves a purpose. Oh dear, there's still a pile of dead bodies. Why am I even going up into... why am I even going to Solitude? Ah, precious moon sugar. I forgot that because she'd always carry the moon sugar. Like, seriously, they never don't carry moon sugar. They always carry moon sugar. No, I don't know what the difference between those is. I really should stop picking this hoary Nord shit up. But I can't. Hoarder's instinct, you know. Seriously, I don't think I've ever used a scroll in Skyrim seriously, except the J'zargo scrolls, which you have to use for his quest, and the scrolls of abjuration, which are a mod added, so they don't count. I don't think I've actually bothered really using them, because they're kind of crap. Why would you want, like, a single-use spell? I don't get it. You know, some spells, you know, utility spells, yes, I sort of get, like the unlock one, the transmute, you know, sort of utility spells. Sorry, I had to clean my glasses. A bit dandruff fell onto them, got blow it away. But, you know, I sort of get the utility spells, you know, like you'd want a single cast version of for, like, the uninitiated, or like a stat buff, you know, small temporary stat buff. But those spells don't really exist in Skyrim. And the few that do, like the lockpicking one, I don't think actually exist as a scroll. Yeah, because magic in Skyrim is really limited. I mean, the system that you use it is much better than Oblivion's. I mean, it's no longer just this weird offhand thing. It is a, you know, 2 equipable spells. You can dual cast, you can single cast. That's 2 different spells. It's much more adaptable. It's also, there's just nowhere near as many spells. Like, it doesn't have, I mean, it has probably about the same number of combat type spells, but it doesn't have the same utility spells. Granted, I never used them, but I think they're a nice concept.
Well met, traveler.
Great Aorlan, Rain, please tell me you... Is he? You've said... What? How do I know? For it bears a lot. So it's true then. Thank you. Why don't you take it?
Ooh, a steel Horax of Fear, and he is the best blacksmith in Skyrim, he is. I would think all the orcs would disagree. You know, pretty much every orc female in the entire world would disagree, you know, like in every orc stronghold, and in Markarth. And pretty much everywhere would disagree with that, because steel is shit. Like, undeniably so. The only thing worse is iron, because, let's face it, you'll probably have steel before you actually really should be using iron, at least in terms of weapons. Yeah, because you get, like, a steel weapon, I think you get it pretty much straight after. As long as you go, like, anywhere you go, post-Helgen, you are going to get steel weapons. Yeah, because steel is not exactly a rare commodity. And to be honest, at high levels, neither is ebony. Ebony is absolutely bloody everywhere. But you can't hold that against it. In fact, I think even at like level 1, steel's as common as iron is. It's actually quite different. Maybe not in enchanted shit, but in terms of like shit you're just finding, the iron stuff is pretty common. You know, iron shit is common, and steel, well, you'll have at least 1 or 2 steel weapons. I think you even get a steel weapon in the bloody tutorial a bit in Helgen. That's what's really sad. Also, I recently, I mean like 2 weeks or so ago, did a bit more of a Thieves Guild quest on my main. And oh god, I forgot how dumb it was. I actually forgot how bad it was. I mean, you stop being Maven's personal thug and turn into Azura's sorry, not Azura, but Nocturnal's personal thug. And it's just like, you have to sell your soul to Nocturnal. And like, you go along with it blindly.
Where do you want to go?
And then there's the stupid arrow of poisonness that knocks you out. I mean, you could have taken so much more punishment, and yet one poisoned arrow takes you down. And it's like, one stab wound takes you out, and it's like, this was clearly not written for like the Dragonborn or any sort of main character-worthy character. It's just a bad quest line. Like, I don't think there's actually much redeeming about the Thieves Guild quest line at all. I mean, I guess the stuff that has nothing to do with the main quest and like the side quests, which take way too many Radiant shit quests to get up. So, big flaw there, but at least they have some interest going for them. You know, a little like the city claim quests, they at least have something going for them. Wrong shout. Yeah, they at least have something going for them, which is more than quite. Why is there a doggy in life? I got a spell. I don't actually know why I had spell. What was strong enough to warrant that? I actually don't know what was strong enough to warrant that. Oh, she's summoned. And the bear is dead because it's just like a basic bear. Okay, I didn't expect it to go down in one hit. I mean, 2 hits maybe, but 1 hit? I mean, a bear's that crap now. I mean, I guess I'm level 60 something, so maybe.
Keep your guard up.
It's an Imperial patrol in Imperial territory? What nonsense is this? I heard a Nern route. I did, I heard a Nern route. The unmistakable sound of Nern route, and then the unmistakable, hilarious high amount of money that is gourds. And no, I do not know why gourds are so valuable. They're just like same with clan meat. I don't know why that is so hilariously valuable. That stuff's worth more than certain weapon, like low-grade steel weapons. It's quite, kind of silly. It's just one of those silly little things. Because, Skyrim's value system makes no sense. I mean, a tankard doesn't even you can't even get a septim for selling a tankard, but you can get a truly ludicrous amount for selling. You can get 25 for selling a fucking gourd. A gourd is not that valuable. Is a gourd gonna? Do gourds grow naturally in Skyrim? Yes. Can they be farmed? Yes. Why are they worth more than like every other crop? Like, considerably more. It makes no sense. So, like, Fort Dawnguard's defense. I mean, these barricades don't actually barricade anything. Oh, stop spazzing. These barricades, they don't actually stop anything. Like, at all. I mean, this barricade, all it does is stop these rocks coming down. Which would probably be a beneficial thing if someone was trying to assault you. Again, these barricades Got a big gaping hole in them. You wasted all these trees to make this useless barricade that doesn't do anything.
Yeah?
Fort Dawnguard's defenses make no sense. Like, at all.
Look at this. It's the price we pay for open recruiting. We'll have to step up our defense.
Useless defenses.
I suppose you have some good news for me. Of course. Why did I suppose differently? A woman.
Blah 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 blah.
That doesn't mean. And so you did. When you didn't stop them, you didn't secure the seal. I suppose.
Story said I couldn't.
Or worse, one of them.
Yeah, I could easily have taken them all out, but no, it wouldn't let me. Because it never does.
This is more than you and I can handle. When did I say that? We just need... If they're bold enough to attack us here, then this may be bigger. There are people I've met and worked. If you can find them, right to the point, aren't you? We should keep it small. I think we'll want Serene Gerard. Breton girl. Last I knew, she was out of...
Woo.
You'll also want to find...
Other corner of the map again.
Nord. Hates vampires almost as much as... Got it into his head. Last I knew... Bring the two of them back here, and we can get started. There's only one. When it comes to... I've lasted this long because I don't take chances. You already know as much as I do. And that's a compliment.
Also notice a crossbow. All that what? That's actually just something I put together because, well, the Dawnguard... They are scripted to do a lot with a steel cross. Because of the way the crossbows were, the fact that there's only supposed to be two of them, they were implemented really, really badly, which comes as no surprise to anyone familiar with how Dawnguard was implemented. But they were really badly implemented, and most events should just require a generic crossbow. Specifically required the basic steel crossbow. Not an enhanced one, specifically the base steel one. So I've left them with a base steel one. But because it was so shit, I couldn't exactly give... You know, I had to leave it on them for compatibility's sake, but I wanted them to at least have something better to use when they need to actually fight with it. So I gave them a special Dawnguard crossbow, which is basically the steel... You know, as there wasn't actually any mods for it, to give them like an actual Dawnguard pattern, well, what I did was I took the steel crossbow, duplicated its textures, just as specifically its main texture. I didn't even need to change the normal map because I can't do that, and that's beyond my skills. But it's the exact same it's the same pattern and mesh as the steel crossbow, but it's a different texture. What I did was basically darken it a bit, and then carefully peel off effectively the darkness layer. You know, put the darkness on as an extra layer temporarily. And effectively peel the darkness off on the upraised detail to give it the same effect as the Dawnguard weapons, like here, darker wood, so almost black metal, but with like a silver inlay. Yeah, I think I might have even brightened it up a little, like the details. The cliff racer. Most annoying creature in the universe. Skooma dealer!
Greetings, sister. The finest skooma. The sweet... No need to get so hostile. Sounds like you need it more than I do.
I love how obvious and conspicuous the skooma dealers are. Here's a question, where's Gunmar? Because Gunmar is radiant where he is. Or is it a set location now? Nope. Gunmar is totally radiant where he is. There's Serene Gerard, but where's Gunmar? Where is he? Yeah, Mark, I'm seeing her every day. And just begins the Dawnguard annoyances. The fort is here. Pretty much everything the Dawnguard does is up here, in this circle. And the same... at least the vampires, some of the shit they do is here, because the main story quests are like Darkfall Cave and such. But, like, most, bases there, most of the stuff they do is, like, round here. Because there's Redwater Den, which is a known vampire. One of the places they have to go for, like, the Bloodstone Chalice quest. It's kind of silly, almost, how like, their bases were put in the opposite corner of the world from where they actually were. Fat finger syndrome, it happens so much. It wants me to go through Riften, does it? Fuck it, I'll take the lexicon to Adventure Cell while I'm here. Yeah, I've got to run across the bloody work. Actually, fuck it, I'll just take a cart to Markov.
Hold the test.
Make sure I pick up a bag of giant foos. Why did I hear a crossbow? Oh, banditos! Oh, he's gone. Fail mage. He's gone now. The fail mage is dead.
A thief took my purse, so I took his eyes. It was a fair exchange.
Eyes for purse doesn't seem fair. Fingers, hands, sure, but eyes? That's a bit of an unfair trade. It's a bit of an unfair trade.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be on.
Because Dawnguard makes me go a truly absurd distance.
Mind the piece of advice.
I mean, I guess it's bad. I mean, at least you're relatively near the cart with the Dawnguard. But Volkiar's in the arse end of nowhere. It's not even that easy to access. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Like, at least one of the Soul Cairn quest takes place at Castle Volkiar. You know, quite a few things take place like up that corner. So the vampires do have it easier. Unless you're fast travelling. Hey, go away! Go. And that is why I never used to stream. That is why I never used to stream when that nuisance was around. Because there's no concept of privacy. None at all. Oh dear. No Durzogs. I wonder what's... Now I wonder what Sky Oblivion's Durzogs are going to look like. Whether they'll change them up a bit, make them a bit slightly different, or whether they will all use the same one. Yeah, oh dear. Oh no! Cultists of Mirak! I'm sorry, but I'm no true Dragonborn, eh? I'm not a true Dragonborn. You must die by my way. Did I just hear something big? Yeah, I did. Oh, it's only a young one. It's not that strong. It's only a... But fun thing with the diverse dragons is they have each and every breed of them has a same, you know, they are graded like vanilla ones, so just don't have the name suggest that. So when I put a dragoness in, I actually did bother to change the names to make them so they're specific what they are. Just so I knew what they were. You know, so young is, I think, might even be the weakest. And at least it's not Crystal one, they're evil. They're tough, they're the tougher one. So I think there's 3, I changed 3 of the breeds into Dragonesses, and like, I just to give them a bit more prominence, and well, make it so there's a chance of truly scary engagement. I mean, that's only a young, but you can't go wrong with that. But no, I do wonder what Durzogs will look like in Sky Oblivion. Because they've got the concept art for goblins, which are a lot better than these. These are quite poor. Just not a particularly good design. I mean, they're sort of like a hybrid of Reekling and Fulmer. It's not that great a combination. Yeah, they're not that great a design. Oh, Lucian's found his way up, has he? He's not very good, is he? Oops. Yeah, I forgot to change my shout back. Oh, do I have the assorted shit Perry I needs?
Need something?
Yes.
I'm confused. I'm standing in the group of Forsworn that have just gone after a Spriggan. Is this a random encounter, Forsworn versus the Spriggan? Or is this just some really free... Or is that two... You know, Spriggan sport... You know, Spriggans versus Troll, now that is a random encounter.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
But the random group of Forsworn that's non-hostile, I think that's a bug. Somehow. Could it possibly be? The elusive Wisp? Now, Wisp mothers are rare. They're not exactly a common sight. To the point that you sort of forget they exist until you come across one. They're that rare, they're a creature you just sort of forget that Skyrim has. And they are a different animation set to like flame attracts, they aren't the same. Okay, let's see. Have I got the assorted shit needed for Periite?
How can I assist? Not everyone has the stomach. If you wish to commune with him, yes, the incense. Fetch for me a death bell flower, 1 silver ingot, a flawless ruby, and some vampire dust. Then I will show you how. How can I assist?
Okay, so I actually don't have like any of it.
Need something?
That's funny, I don't have like any of the ingredients. I love how he has a little box to stand on to stir his tub. I just think that's a cute little detail. He has a couple of little tiny boxes just to stand on to stir the tub. Yeah, you couldn't make a tub a smaller asset, no. They put a little box, a little pair of tiny boxes. Oh, deliver the ingredients. Apparently I do have them all.
This one have you. Let Kesh have them. Yes, this will create a fine fuel.
Well, I just love how silver is part of this. I mean, and a ruby. You know, compared to like all the shit you'd think would go into... This is clearly some right toxic brew. See what I mean by his little box? Oh, the toxic fumes. Now Periite will come speak to me as a rat.
Breathe deep, mortal.
In the level of cheese, similar to that in Oblivion.
So let these... I have watched you for some time. The decisions you've made...
Oh god, you can't skip him, but at least he isn't as slow as Mephala.
Proper agent for a task of mine.
Yes, the pictures as a dragon. actuality a ghost, Skeever?
I sent a blessing to Mundus, a wasting plague that infected
dear.
the scattering of Breton villages.
I'm sure it wasn't just inhaling this toxic goop.
The elf, or Chendor, was sent to gather these afflicted. He shepherded them into Bathardoms for me. But
Oh dear.
lost his way. I will not stand for betrayal.
Hill Orkandor, got
I
it.
want you to go to Bathardoms and kill Orchendor.
Orkandor, got it. Kill.
So you have, mortal. Go now. Kill Orchendor.
How many Daedra have I sold my soul to? I mean, that's one of the things I find really funny, is play a character basically as the favourite of every Daedra. So when they die, who knows where they're going? I mean... Oh, go. I mean, who knows where play a character goes when they die? I mean, if they were annoyed, you think they might go to Stovercore. But... they may go to Greffor. They... might go to a Daedric realm. Who the hell knows? It's because so many Daedra want them, they might just give up and decide no one can have them. Oh. Wee. Splat. Where is this? Where is it? There it is. Oh, it must be destroying Lucian. The only reason I summon him out is for his delightful Cyrodiilic noises. Oh. Oh, I think that hit. Look.
Watch it.
Oh, they must have passed because we travelled halfway across Skyrim. You can only do that once a day. It only lasts for 5 minutes. It was to stop it being too much of an annoyance and too overpowered. Something over here needs a killing. Oh no, she just sticks with Kira. Oh. I thought I killed these cultists, or did another group of them spawn? Get out of my way. Go talk to a tiny lady.
Hold. Now cast.
Oh, went so far it was wrecked and I didn't get my bolt back.
You haven't seen us. Do you think? Just look around, will you? He's wrong. Wants me. No, I find it hard. Anyway, I'm quite happy in my current pursuits. Vampire. Oh, and I suppose. Well, What are they up to? Well, that's actually something I never would have anticipated. I'm not sure what they... But I'm not just... So either...
Yeah, find your gyro.
Thank you. Now, where is it he's running? Ah, been work... I'll finish up here and head in that direction as soon as I can. See you there. All right, then.
I will go Deep Folk Cross and grab the Ethereum shard while I'm here. There's no harm in taking the shard while you're here, is there? Oh, Lucian's still alive somehow. I don't quite know how, but he is, apparently.
Hold! Cast!
There's Bethardams, or whichever one is a Periolite one. I always love how the Daedric shrines are nearly always right next to where they want you to go. Sorry, I was getting confused there, but no, they're always right next to where they want you to go. It's always kind of funny that you never actually have to go far from the shrine. The shrine is always really local. I believe there's supposed to be two little arrows crossed on top of this, I swear. Then again, when Dawnguard changed it to put the Ethereum shard in, it might have got rid of them. I don't know. Dawnguard did many things.
Hold! Cast!
Not really that well. Dawnguard is just a bit of a mess, to say the least. It was just not that well implemented. Bethardams, yeah. Oh, that's something a pity the Skyrim voice actors for, is pronouncing all these bloody Dwarven ruin names. Because they aren't easy to pronounce. I mean, Bethardams is one of the easier ones. If anything, Skyrim's probably helped on that front. Because it at least gives you a general clue on how to say them, because like at least Skyrim's got some of its own, so you can sort of figure them out from there. Yeah, that's totally not normal, is it? For a Dwemer ruin. This is the back entrance. Okay. Really, that worked against the ward. Wards do kind of suck. I mean, I don't really use wards for a reason, because they kinda suck. They break easily, and they don't really do much. Okay, I have a roll. Stay in bed, sick lady. In shitty iron armor. compulsively vomit. Oh no, not a novice lock. Ugh. I used to think Skyrim lockpicking was bad. Then I saw what Morrowind had. And it's basically, you go up to a locked item, you activate it, it gives you a menu. Do you want to try it? Then it waits a little while, and then it'll tell you if you succeeded or not, based on a calculation based on your lockpick strength and your skill. And it's like, for one, lockpicks cannot break. You know, you've got to really manhandle them to break them. And if you do break them, they probably get stuck in the lock and bust it. 2, it's not even a mini-game. It's just a tedious skill check. And the sad part is, Skywind has re-implemented this. But unusually for Skywind, it's not a replacer. So they must realise it's crap. Look at those corpses fly. You know, and it's like, I used to think Skyrim's pure luck-based, you know, its luck-based one was bad. But no. I'm glad that's optional in Skyrim, because that would be one of the first things I'd try and do my damnedest to mod out. There seems to be... The problem with Skyrim is every time they seem to introduce a new feature, it's one of the things that made Morrowind so repellent in the first place. Because Morrowind's repellent for a few reasons. 1, graphically it is aged horribly. You know, it's ugly by the standards of its time. And mechanically it is so awful. The mechanics are so off-putting in Morrowind. That's one of the main reasons I could never, ever accept it. I thought I was supposed to have... Oh, I can't help but love his voice. Every Elder Scrolls game needs some Wes Johnson goodness in it. But no, I'm, you know, that makes me appreciate Skyrim's poor lockpicking. I mean, at least it has a mini-game. It's better than a tedious, just a menu. I mean, Oblivion's will always be the best because it is actually pretty close to real lockpicking. Apart from the breaking a lockpick, but you need some sort of mechanic of failure, I guess. I mean, the only good thing about the Morrowind one is it's real time. But... oh, and another thing with the Morrowind one is if you break a lockpick, your skill doesn't go up. So basically, your skill only goes up by actually picking locks, which means it goes up even slower than it does in Skyrim. It's just not a nice... Morrowind is very... It's like very much... It wasn't like all its mechanics seem like they were designed for a pen and paper RPG and not a video game. No, you're not going to vomit on us? Disgusting afflicted. That summon is supposed to have a 5-minute cooldown. I clearly failed to implement that. That or you can't have a shout tuned as a power, one of the two. So I said this is lesser power, so it could, so it can only be used once. Power, so it can only be used once a day. But clearly that doesn't work on NPCs. Take an arrow in the knee. Get married to my bolt. Uh-oh. It's a gear bender. Something hits like hell and I don't know what it is. Is it the gear bender? Could be the gear bender. I don't know what just happened there. I actually have no idea what just happened there. Ah, I think I know what was happened. It was such a close proximity that she was killing me. Oh dear.
Is someone there?
No. And I missed. But I got him in the neck anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh no. I can never remember which door to go through. I think it was this one. Okay, just ignore that. Just ignore that one running against the door. And it's hot. Turn the fan on. Put my wind deflector in. No, it's like she doesn't exist, but she... Oh, that's weird. That is weird. I love how there must be an invisible wall over there, because I can't go up it. So I don't know if I missed anything by not going up that upper door. Where it's just a convenient, like, lookout with a point. I think that's what it is. Just a look over point. Great, so I'm wasting my time on that one. Oh well. I love how I'm going up and it's the lower district now. Do Dweller build upside down or something? Who knows with a Dwemer? Down is up and up is down. No, it's a gear bender. Throw spectral gears, because that's what Dwemer do. Also, if you haven't figured out the Dwemers are dicks yet, this is one of their very dick moves. You know, having a chest. You're just having shit with, like, just hidden blades everywhere. You know, if you haven't figured out the Dwemer are dicks yet, you know, why else would they booby-trap their own cities in, like, places where you can activate it on cue when you're looking? Oh, they're dicks! That's what the Dwemer were! Pretty much everything that's bad about the former came from the fact that the Dwemer were dicks and took their side. In the knee. In the back. It's not as good as in the knee. In the knee is a better shot and you know it. Then, again, another Dwemer or dicks moment. He was happily walking through.
Hold, cast.
Oh, a gearbender. Okay, the gearbenders hurt like hell as well. That's. I mean, they're quite easy to avoid because they're the slowest things in history, but they do hurt a lot. Ooh, gold. For them study. Can't go wrong with Dwemer monies.
Fine. See.
Wrong shout, but it serves a similar purpose. Why do I do that? I do that more often than I should. Oh, I can't resist.
Roll. Shoulder.
You see a line of enemies. You can't resist doing that. It's like when you see someone next to a cliff that you know they'll die if they fall off. You can't resist knocking them off. You know, you gotta use your shouts to the best effect. I mean, vanilla you can't do that because vanilla, well, fire breath is the suckiest thing ever, but that's beside the point. Oof. I wouldn't say they've been afflicted, I think they're just in the wrong game. I think they're from New Vegas. Or Fallout 3, because that was very much a raider colour. Like a purple man. Like, why? At least here they're not supposed to be humans. Yeah, they're supposed to be the afflicted. It's an unholy plague. Unlike New Vegas, where it was supposed to be, they were supposed to just be radiated. The arcane X. Not seeing much arcane about this place. And also, arcane X means like contemplation zone in Dwemerese. Oh, sorry, Dwemeri, I think it is. Blink. Quicksilver is worth mining. It's not corundum, it's worth mining. Okay, that was cheating. Wow, that Centurion has a ton of shit. Oh, Chengdor. Oh dear. Look at his makeup. I love the silly face makeup. This is a booty crate. Stretchy. And then this door is locked. Don't you go through bloody ruins. Bloody oh. Turn to cash. Might as well get Spellbreaker. AKA the why would I ever use a ward when I have this device? Yeah, Spellbreaker, because Spellbreaker has a 50 points damage ward on it, but the way it works is it's basically permanent. But if it breaks, all you have to do is reload the shield and put it back up to get it back, and it just staggers you anyway. It still absorbs the damage. You know, it's really quite potent. I seem to remember it being really useful. Talk to dear rat boy.
Mortal. All embrace order and hard truth and Orchendo roams the pits. Goodbye. His betrayal will be punished, and your obedience.
And the goop has run out.
This one needs something?
Make sure I actually got Spellbreaker for being quick. There it is. He's got rare minerals. It's just fishies. Oh well. I stole a fish. Let's see. Kill the bear. Might as well kill the bear.
Hold. Now cast.
I don't remember this. Okay. There's that wisp mama I killed. I don't remember these chests. A Dominion Prism extract. Wow. That is incomprehensible. That really is unintelligible. It's brilliant. One day I fully intend to read like all of the shit, you know, like all the books. I fully intend to read it. Giant Spriggan. Hit the Spriggan mama.
Roll. Shoot.
Climbing the mountain. Doink, 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 boink, 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 boink. Yeah. Probably already have left. Yeah, thought so, but can never be too sure. Can't go wrong with a lava stone. It's a good stone. And the only reason I think you'd ever change from the lava stone is if you really want to exploit like lava's comfort more. You know, if you got that, you can sort of do it, but that requires you to sleep with your spouse, which, unless your spouse is a follower as well, that kind of a bit of a nuisance. Because it requires you to go to a specific home every night.
Hold. Nah.
Yeah, I had 40 the other night. Which quest line and its equivalent quest line is better in Skyrim and Oblivion? And to be honest, Skyrim was losing pretty badly. And the reason I came to was Radiant Shit Quest. I mean, the companion's quest line is there, but there's nothing more than, you know, it's got like just the revenge against, you know, the werewolf versus Silver Hand thing, and nothing else. Did it say slay the bear? There's a bear in here.
It's amazing how much work goes into the little things, isn't it?
There's a bear in here, apparently.
I'm one of the miners. Plenty of ore to dig up around here.
But no, the reason I came to, the conclusion I came to is mostly because of the Radiant Shit quests. I mean, you can tell the Thieves Guild. None of the heists are that memorable, and mainly, but that's probably down to more you being a personal thug. But the actual Radiant Shit quests, sort of, by having them in the quest line, it basically limits the amount of quests you can have. Yeah, because they compensated, instead of having like proper quests, they've had Radiant Shit quests instead. You know, instead of having like one for every city, including the minor cities, no, they have a Radiant Shit quest. You got a load of Radiant Shit quests you've got to do, and sorry, I just got hair out of the One of my assorted twiddling devices. So where the fuck is Gunmar? Oh, don't tell me. Because he's radiant, I know where he is. I know where he could be. The fact that he's not showing up on the map makes me think he's not on... Because he's radiant, I think he's in Wormstove. This is a nuisance and a half, because I've never actually started that, and I don't know if you can go back without starting it, so... That's a bit confusing.
Climbing back and we'll be off.
Did I... There's a question, did I actually... No, it's the full grief. Right, full grief.
Sure. Where do you want to go? Climbing back and we'll be off. There once was a hero named Beck. Right into the right one from
And he's still better than the bad bard. Because the bad bard is just so bad. And Ragnar the Red is one of the ones she sings, and she is awful. It's like painfully awful. No, you don't know my kind. I'm not always sneaking about. Stupid idiots. Meet up with the mercenaries on the road to Falkreath. Ooh, I would say close to Pine Watch and Helgen. But... why is this guy so... like, determined? He abandoned his post to watch the carriage come in.
I can't believe we let provincials like you wander Skyrim. I can't believe we let doing some building, eh?
Complete ownership!
Until next time. That Valga Venetia is a gossip and a troublemaker. Yeah? Hi.
And now he's not being offensive like letting provincials.
What is it? Dragons?
He's probably key, which means he's probably key to say if anything is not Nord. Dare you call me a provincial? I wonder if he says that if you're a Nord as well. Because that's Dunmer level if he does. Because the Dunmer get arsed even if you're actually a Dunmer. Unless you're actually born and bred in Morrowind. They can be really arsy about it. Oh no, not the boulders! Have to have a bit of a boulder dash. Oh no, bearlings! I think the bear's got... What did I do to that bear? I'm watching the replay because I'm... Yeah, something... I don't know what happened to that bear, but looking at the replay, it just went flying. She's a spectral dragon summon. I made it clearly unease, and it seemed to go ping, and it seemed to ping away. Oh no! Skillies! Gillies! Most powerful enemies ever, Skillies.
Need something? I haven't killed enough today. Keep talking to me and you'll see. I'm the god of orc that likes to kill those bastards.
Because orc stupid.
So, one Lorius asked us to wait for. You're this dragonborn people. Well, if Lorius trusts you, then I guess we have no choice. I'm Aether, and this is our little ragtag group assembled by the Empire's coin. I wish we could have met under more favorable circumstances. We've been following recent sightings of the dragon in Falkreath Hold. It hasn't attacked. Supply shipments through the region have ground to a halt. Seems like they've heard this dragon has a bit of a penchant for it. Why? Can't say for sure. It would make more sense for the beast to hit major population centers.
No, it wouldn't. Dragons are smart and know that attacking a city full of guards is probably a bad idea.
The last witness I spoke to said the dragon had been returning to the same spot in the mountains southeast of Falkreath over the past few days. Ancient's Ascent is likely where it's roosting now, but who knows for how long. I suggest we head there immediately. We may be able to catch it by surprise. We can't do this on our own. That's why Lorius asked for your help. With you on our side, we might just...
Did I just hear like a mic fail?
Come on, we need to move quickly.
Now, Ancient's Ascent is in the arse end of nowhere, so I'm teleported. Because it's a pain in the arse to get to. It's one of the ones that's just... Oh yeah, I just realised this is probably a really bad idea to be... Because that lives here. I mean, she's not one of the strong ones, but... She's not a strong one, but she's still a pain in the arse. Uh-oh. Something else is back there and it's not... Me can't spell. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, not the right time for it. Dragons do not know when it's a convenient time to talk and when it isn't.
can't believe the beast just slipped through our fingers. This isn't gonna go down well with Lurius. You can count on that. You're right. It was probably watching our movements this whole time. It was foolish to think we could just corner it like a wop. Seems like the dragon wants us to pursue it to Worm's Tooth. I'm beginning to see why Lurius is involved in this dragon hunt. I'm sure he can explain it better than I can. But for now, we should return to the Bannered Mare and let him know what transpired.
Well,
I have no idea what you could ever possibly expect to receive from me. Donations? Never.
you're a very, very short Altmer, aren't you? And that orc is like freakishly huge. Yeah, so we got a larger than average Redguard, a tiny Altmer. Bosma's probably about right, normal, and a massive orc. Now, because this is the arse end of nowhere, and there's no carriage. Okay, so Cracktus Keep. Might as well do it while I'm up in this area. It's a remote bloody area, so might as well do it while I'm here. Oh, I think this is another Dawnguard location in the middle of fucking goddess only knows where. I seem to remember the Ancestor Glades in the arse end of nowhere as well. I think it's this one. I think. Yep. Because this is the one that's like middle of nowhere for both sides. I believe the Hercene quest takes you up here as well. Ooh, what you doing? See, Speed Miner don't do no often. That's the purpose of it. It's not supposed to do anything. Yeah, the whole purpose of it was that it didn't do anything. That's kind of what it was supposed to do. It wasn't supposed to hurt. You know, it is just a tool for mining Skyrim at a reasonable pace. Oh, and for unintentionally for doing this.
And if you try anything stupid, I won't hesitate to put an arrow in your head. Sorry, a girl can't be too careful. Like I said, name's Angie, and I've been living out here for a couple of years now. I set up those targets a long time ago. I shoot at them. That I am. You know how to use one? Well, let me know if you ever want to practice. If you need a bow, there's one on the rack to the left of the door. Excellent. Follow me to the targets and we'll begin.
Get a bow appropriately. Also, don't need to do anything, it's just training arrows.
So it was my mother who actually taught me how to use a bow.
Yeah, as you come out with a big dwarven bow. I'm nothing if not subtle.
Always said composure was the key to a successful archer.
It's a good way to get like your archery skill up.
Even in the midst of chaos, your arrow will most likely find its target. Okay, let's see what you can do. Remember to stay within the boundaries and only use the practice arrows. I have some if you don't have it. Aim for
the middle.
I need practice arrows. I need practice arrow. Practice arrow. Practice. I don't have any practice arrows.
Try and hit the middle target. Here you go.
Get out the way.
Nice shot. Right on target. Now hit the target to the left. Great shot. Now hit the target to the right. Nice shot. Right on target. Let me know if you want to practice some more. Next time we'll make it a little more challenging. Yeah? Excellent. Follow me to the targets and we'll begin.
I want a special bow.
My older brother took me out hunting a lot when I was little. At the time, it was difficult to keep food on the table, let alone have enough left over to sell at the market. So whenever we came across more than one deer in a single location, it was imperative we kill as many as we could. If you can learn to keep your composure and trust that each shot is true, then you should be able to quickly handle multiple targets. When I tell you to, try and hit each of the 3 closest targets in 8 seconds. I'll count to 3 and then say go. You have 8 seconds to hit each of the 3 targets. Draw string and get ready. 1, 2, 3. Go! Hey, watch it! You did it! All 3 targets in 8 seconds. Nice job. Let me know if you want to practice some more. Next time we'll make it a little more challenging. Great job hitting those
Yeah, more
targets.
practice.
Excellent. Follow me to the targets and we'll begin. We've talked. Oftentimes you won't be able to get as close to your prey as you'd like, and you'll have to settle with a long shot. However, with such a long shot, it's more than likely that's the only shot you'll be able to take before your prey runs off. If you find yourself in such a situation, then you need to make your shot count. Don't rush your shot. Crouch down, get comfortable, and take aim.
Sneaky attack.
Okay, your turn. Try and hit the target way in the back, far behind the other 3. Remember to take your time and make your shot count. Hey!
Actually, I don't know if this is going over or under because I can't see where it. Try that one.
Nice shot, right on target. Let me know if you want to practice some more. Next time we'll make it a little more challenging.
Oh, God, give me a bow yet.
Excellent. Follow me to the targets and we'll begin.
I need more practice errors. Four isn't enough.
Just remember everything I've taught you and you should be able to complete it. It may take you a couple of tries, but that's what practice is all about. When I tell you to, try and hit all 4 targets in 10 seconds.
Oh God, it's another habit.
Here, take these. Looks like you're running low. I'll count to 3 and then say go.
I think that was it.
You have 10 seconds to hit each of the 4 targets. Draw string and get ready. 1, 2, 3. Go! Be careful. did it. All 4 targets
Yep.
in 10 seconds.
Just gotta remember where the shots put. Cause, like, let's face it, unless you're going for like rabbit, that's not, you're not gonna be hitting something so
I've
small.
taught you everything I know. You might even be as good as me now. Kind of scary if I think about it. It was my pleasure. It's not often I get visitors out here, let alone friendly ones. Thanks for sticking around and keeping me company. It was nice to finally meet someone out here who doesn't want to rob you or take off your head. I know it isn't much, but here, take this bow. It was given to me by my family.
There we go.
But brings back too many painful memories.
No more arrow practice. I mean, that gives like 3 or 4 levels on arrows. It is really, really helpful at low levels just to get your archery skill up. Of course, it's in the arse end of nowhere, so you'll probably forget it exists until a high level, but that's beside the point, isn't it? Uh-oh. I don't have enough fimage. Whee! Splat. On a tree.
Fine. See.
Almorians. Ugh. Why does it always default to fucking steel bolts? I don't get it.
You are exactly
Ugh.
what I was looking for.
I wasn't looking for you.
Yeah, I think you'll be just what I need. You see, my name is Barbas, and I have a. I know. Wars to fight, dragons to confront. Listen, when you're ready to do something useful, find me outside Haymar's shed. No fault, please.
Go away, Bob. At least now he doesn't follow me, which I guess is a benefit. Ready to go to some Falmore? Yeah, you're always ready to go to some Falmore.
Doesn't concern you, Sith. It's immoral to worship. Perhaps there's something you wish to confess? Incorrect. And
So, Heretic's Death. I love goading Falmore, they're really easy to goad, I love it. Even the guards have joined in! Even the guards has joined in! You know it's good when the guards join in. Sorry. I love goading Falmore, it's one of the simple joys. And at high levels when they have glass armor, they're actually a really good source of money. Because of course, Skyrim law dictates that whoever strikes first is at fault. Even if they... You know, like that guard, how would he know that I didn't strike first? And I struck first, but with words. Yeah, it's perfectly okay to goad basically talk someone into fighting with you. That's fine. That's not what it... No, what is illegal is to punch them. I don't know what happened to that deer. It just seemed to melt. Maybe it was Dawnguard. Necromancer, if you're going to revive something, don't revive a fox. It's not worth the aggro or spell power or anything. It's not worth the time. Ugh, I'm not wasting more bolts on that. This keeps a lot further out than I thought it was. Oh, that's why. It's because I'm heading for the old Herolden. That explains a lot. That does explain an awful lot. That's what I think it is. It's not actually a Nordic ruin. It's the Twilight Sepulchre. Oof. Okay, Thievius Gildius. Yeah, Twilight Sepulchre. Uh-oh, three guns. They've been firebombed. I say, buffing up that fireball shout to actually do damage was one of the better things I've modded it up. Yeah, because it is, like, so useless vanilla. I don't know why you'd ever use it. I think it was, maybe it was like supposed to scale with your level, but it never did. So it was like completely useless as a result. That seemed to be a little short. Like the bite of a flea, my arse. My rather large shark arse. Ooh, a glamour sword. Where is this orc? Oh, on top of this watchtower. He just never noticed me. Oh, that's kind of sad. That's kind of really sad, actually. I mean, I wasn't expecting good from orc, but... You'd sort of assume orc hunters would know what they were doing, wouldn't you? But apparently not. Yeah, stretchy, stretchy. Oh dear. And no, that's something that can happen with Blue Durnavir as well. Oh great, I can't actually move because of her. Ooh.
Now ain't this a surprise?
Wait, just surprise. Any prize here is how easy it is to kill these orcs.
You aren't the first.
You aren't the first, but no, are we the last?
You're a
I'm not the first, but I will be the last. Oh, get out of the way. Summons should not be allowed to be inside. There actually is a restriction, supposedly, on casting that stops it coming inside. It's supposed to, stop being casted unless there's enough space. But the problem is, bloody thing gets in, and then it... it's summoned outside and it follows in. you know, it goes into situations it shouldn't be because it teleports to its owner. I don't know if that's vanilla summon behaviour or not. It might not be. But it's an obnoxious summon behaviour. Like, I'm not convinced that summons are supposed to be able to teleport to you. Oh great, she's backing away again. You know, summons shouldn't teleport. That's something that I think is I think that's something the unofficial patch might do, which makes it really, really obnoxious with the dragon and summons. Okay, so we're you shrieking bastion. Might as well teleport right in the middle of nowhere.
Hold! Now cast! What do you need, my friend?
Might as well return to Halo on here. Can't remember if I've done the companion's quest or not.
Do you have guide? Good work. A simple job, but it keeps the coin rolling in. Here's Harbinger. I think I've located another one of the tokens. We hunt together.
Yes, I haven't got all day. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yeah, I might as well send her home. Boulderfall Cave. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, we also go to carriage. I'll use it like I'm using a carriage. I just can't be asked to go to the carriage.
Hold! Now cast! Look!
Oh no. A skeever.
Hold! Now cast!
How can you miss a big target like that? Oh god, Riften is bear country. Roguish cave bear.
Hold!
Bolt, boulder fall. necromages have stolen it for their infernal practices. Can't argue with a dead necromancer, though, can you? Defiling my dead.
Do you have it?
Yes, I have a stupid totem.
That's it. That's the second totem. Quickly, let's put it back with the other one.
Ugh. Must we? I'll teleportate her back to Whiterun because I've already been there like twice already.
Ruled. Now cast.
Perfect landing.
You're someone who can get things done. I like that. Do you have a citizen of East? It seems that a predator has invaded. Be cautious. Beasts are not nearly as predictable as men.
Oh.
It's a thing of quick death.
It's prey spelt with an A. It should be prey spelt with an E for a bad joke.
Perhaps we can hunt together someday.
Oh dear. Yes, I can see what. They definitely want that cleared out of the house. I mean, it's not like a bloody wolf. Or I think sometimes you can even get skeever, which is just embarrassing. Getting skeever is just embarrassing. No, it's not my voice. I's mute. I dragonborns.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
You're back. I was beginning to think you may never return. What do you mean? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be out there pursuing it? Worm's Tooth? Then it seems that once again, there's a reason I'm involved in this little dragon hunt of ours. I managed... That dragon first showed up a fortnight ago. It began... I tried evacuating people back to the mainland in case it changed its mind, but... So I hired a group of mercenaries to come to Worm's Tooth and to put... Things were quiet for a while. I assumed the dragon either went back to sleep. But then I heard news that the very same dragon... I came to Skyrim at the behest of the East Empire. I thought I could correct past mistakes by ending things here, but that dragon has proved It seems we have no choice but to pursue it. I'll have a ship ready at the docks in Solitude. Meet me there and we'll set sail for Worm's Tooth. I shouldn't need to remind you that we won't know what to expect when we arrive. You should, and don't forget, that 10,000 gold bounty is still up for grabs should we actually manage to pull this off.
Where my father is starting to suspect.
It's your imagination running wild. Nobody knows how.
Yes.
Well met, traveler. Aye. But oh, they are saying dragons have returned to
The
Skyrim.
answer's still no.
That there.
Definitely.
Have you ever visited Morrowind? Dreadful place. Tried to make Ashiam stew once. What a disaster.
I'm just curious, how can you fail a stew? I mean...
Do I look slightly cross-eyed to you? I do, don't I? I knew it.
Apart from the fact that Ashams are probably disgusting, because they are nothing but ash. But... how can you fail at making a stew? You chop it up and you leave it... put it in a pot of water and leave it boiling for several hours. There, stew made. It's like, how can you have a disaster of a stew? It doesn't make sense. And because I haven't been to Solitude many times today, I will hail the carriage of failures.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Giddy up, guys. You ever met one of them cats? Khajiit,
He doesn't have a comment about the weather, so it's the Khajiit comment. Every time. It really is every time. So... Don't tell me he hasn't arrived yet. No, he's on the boat, the docks in Solitudos. Overshot that mark a little, but doesn't really matter.
Good business for the East Empire Company. Means all the
Oh god, the god are still there.
Ready to set sail?
I have acquired a vessel that can take us to Wormstooth. I know it's not much. Let me know when you're ready and we'll depart. Remember, we won't be returning until that dragon is dead, so make sure...
Yeah, well, it's stopping me doing Dawnguard, so might as well.
Great. I'll let everyone know we're ready to set sail. Head below deck and get some shut-eye. It'll take a few hours for us to get there, and we'll need to be fully rested to face whatever is in store. Ready yourself and meet me above deck. The town is a short distance away. Once I've spoken with the others, we'll head there immediately. Alright, listen up everyone. That monster is out there on this island. It knows we're here and it might be a trap prepared for us. No second chances. No letting it get away this time, or none of us are getting paid. Do I make myself clear? Great. Let's move out.
Ooh. This is not a good sign. See that? No, Lord! Ew. Just ill to know, Lord. Question is Gunmar even here? That's a totally different dragon. And it's gone because there's no bloody Lord here. Now where even is this Gunmar? Where is Gunmar? No, it does have an interior, which means I think I need to generate Lord for this or something. there's nothing worse than that. You know, having a mountain, just having the mountains up here.
Wold? Now cast!
Is there anything you need?
I mean, I'm perfectly happy with the map being crap, because let's face it, creating a map is a bit of a hard task. But
yes, what is it? We were caught by surprise by a dragon of all. The local guard didn't stand a chance. The lucky ones managed to escape into the wilderness, but most were. Through the smoke, this one could see it return to the mountains across the steamboats from where. If you would seek it out and put it to the sword, speak to Jashavi Dar.
Gods, what a disaster! I can't even begin to imagine how the mining Elmira and Theoden will stay behind and tend to the wounded. The rest of us are heading to the... I suggest you follow along with us. But if you want to scout around first, we'll be waiting for you in the background, so don't take too long.
Saw the fly the other day. Did you know that? Well, you do now.
What
Consider
can this
yourself
one do?
blessed with my wisdom.
Not long ago, just before the sun began to rise, this one thinks he may have been cowed by it.
well, I'm out of time, and I have a lot to locate to create.
More so now than before. Each year the Empire sends less, but do not worry about it. If the dragon did not eat them, surely the things that crawl in the wilderness will.
Well, I ran out of time, so hopefully next time you see it, it won't be so, well, lordless. Anyway, that is the end of the stream. Thank you for watching. Subscribe or donate if you want. Donation links in the description as per usual, as is a list of all past live streams. Goodbye! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cease.